fellow Crypto Maniacs, Rich here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have for your perusal the LC Racing emb-mt, or monster truck. What is there to like about this little firecracker? Well, quite a lot. And I say firecracker because this is 1/14 scale, brushless, with a 4-pole, 4,500 kV motor powering it. And you can run it on 2S or 3S, so we'll be doing speed runs on it later on in the week. You are going to see it doing a runtime test down at Shell Sands later on in this video, but let me get the thing straight unboxed because there is a lot to like about the spec of this car. I will put a link to it below the video. Yours for a smidgen under $220 from Banggood. And you got what for 1/14th brushless, Richie? Wait till you check out the spec because this has just about every metal option part on it that you could reach for in a car this size, or any RC car for that matter. Anyway, let me get the camera down. Let's dive straight on in. Well, first of all, it's ready to run and comes with a nickel metal hydride battery included with it, waterproof, 4-wheel drive, 1/14 scale, as I say, 4-pole, 4,500 kV brushless motor in here, 2.4 gig radio system, nothing's going to interfere with that, and a 3S 35 amp ESC. So, diving inside, what do we get? Literally, it's the first time I'm just having a quick sneak peek. I've had a look inside it. We get an instruction manual, which appears to have exploded diagrams. Little flyer for it. This car does come in different variants. The monster truck is the one we've got here, but it's also available in a buggy, which actually looks pretty darn good to my mind. Battery charger included with it. Transmitter, while it says ready to run, you will need 4 AA batteries in the bottom of here. So what have we got with the transmitter? Obviously throttle, brake, reverse, steering on there, steering it dual rate, on off switch, reversible steering and reversible throttle as well. And this transmitter feels quite solidly built, not too plasticky. Oh, fairly cool looking mini monster truck. So what do you get for your money? You get the transmitter, battery charger, mini toolkit, instruction manual and the truck itself. So let's have a close-up look at this baby. Well, I can tell you from the minute I've picked this thing up, I'm loving it from the outset because I can see all the goodies sitting there on the inside. The tyres feel very, very grippy indeed. Decent sized impact bumper at the front, but the thing that I'm loving from the absolute outset is we've got a full metal chassis on this car, and that's not the only metal thing included in it by a long shot. Decent triangulation on the A-arms. But anyway, let's have a quick spin around the car. But I am liking what I am seeing because I can see all the nice shiny metal bits inside the car. And just confirming it's hobby grade, not only you've got a fantastic exploded diagram, just check out that list of spare parts. Well, time for the big reveal. See what we've got under the lid here. Oh, I'm liking this from the outset. As I said, pretty much everything you can think of on this car is metal. We've got metal turnbuckles on the car all round, both at the front and the rear. Metal drive shafts all round. We've got metal gear differentials both at the front and the rear. We've got an aluminum motor mount, and that is our brushless 4,500 kV motor. Tucked away under here is the receiver. We've got our 35 amp ESC here, on off switch at the front. Now, this looks like it's got some programmable functions on it because it has a little set button to the side of the on off switch on there. Little micro servo. We will see how that holds up down at Shell Sands. As I said, included a nickel metal hydride battery in it, so I'm going to remove that. Let's get that on charge. And speaking of that ESC, it is indeed fully programmable on here. You've got everything from drag brake force, low voltage cutoff, start mode, punch mode. It's got 9 different levels you can set on there. Maximum brake force, maximum reverse force, initial brake force, throttle range, and even timing on there. Looking forward to running this from the outset. And as I say, I will be speed testing this later on in the week with both a nickel metal hydride pack and a 2S and a 3S LiPo, although I might have to get some little adapters made up or change the connectors over in order to use my LiPos with this. Anyway, starting at the front of the car, you will see that impact bumper and a bit more detail on there. It feels like that will take a fair old whack on there. Although the front wheels, I'm imagining going to hit something before the impact bumper does. We've got metal shock towers both at the front and at the rear as well. You will also notice we've got threaded big bore shocks all round on the car. Now you're beginning to see where the value and the money is in this car. And as for those fully adjustable shocks, I have a feeling this thing is not going to bottom out in a hurry. That feels very nicely damped indeed. Saying that, let's see how much suspension travel it's got. Lift the front wheel until the back wheel just comes off the counter. Yeah, probably got about 1.5 to 2 inches of travel on there. As I say, nicely damped. In terms of suspension travel at the back. Lift the rear wheel until front just comes off the ground. Yeah, about the same, about 1.5 to 2 inches at the back. Again, nicely damped. Anyway, let's head down to Shell Sands and see how that damping works in real life. This is not your average buggy from the Far East that's cheap and cheerful. Lots and lots of metal parts in here. Everything from the hinge pin holders, as I say, through to the chassis, the shock towers, etc. I am really looking forward to testing this outside. Let me know your first impressions in the comment section right now. Anyway, I think we should get this thing straight down to Shell Sands and test it right now. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Well, out the racing, emb-mt today, down here at Shell Sands. Nice sunny day. Just the stock nickel metal hydride battery pack, 1100 milliamps on here, but oh, gives a frightening turn of speed, and we landed the right way up, which is outstanding. I'm not intended on doing any big jumps with that thing, so you can get a buggy version of this car. Anyway, as I say, about $219, and it will take 3S up to 3S on here. So if you're feeling lively with a stock but nickel metal hydride pack, this thing's going to be firecracker quick with 2S on board, and I'm thinking blisteringly fast with 3, and handles pretty well, I have to say, from the outset. He's this, and then he turns it over again. Well, despite it being fun to play with, the LT Racing has had its first little mishap here. I was thinking I'd had a disaster and broken something on the LT Racing MT, but the track rod end has just come off, but it looks like it will push back on, and we're back in business. I thought that was going to be a game-changing, day-ruining fault on the car there, but looks like we're back in business. So I have no idea how durable this thing is, but initial impressions are it handles pretty well. Not sure how long we're going to last on that battery pack though. As I say, it's 4,500 kV motor, but just 1100 milliamps in the battery pack today on that NiCad one. Jumps pretty well though, for something so small. Now, is it going to be able to take a jump? Not going to go absolutely mad on this. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, require a little bit of practice on there. Oh, not bad at all. And I'm not convinced. I've been going now for about 10-12 minutes, and I'm feeling the battery pack. The battery pack's just beginning to tail off. Anyway, for its first outing, the LT Racing MT has not done too badly at all. It's pretty brisk with that stock 1100 milliamp nickel metal hydride pack on there, just 7.4 volt one on there. I'm thinking on 2S and 3S, this thing is going to be blisteringly fast, so hopefully round it later on next week. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.